Good morning, folks. Guess it's one of those weeks that we're glad in Buffalo from a snow standpoint, because all the snow is going to be on the coast. So it's good to be in Buffalo and away from that. Um, I'm going to talk about start with talking about the vaccine today. So I got a few questions about the second vaccine that's being approved, hopefully this week, from Moderna, that we're reading about, seeing on television, etc., about whether that's going to be available. And I don't know. I don't have any information on that vaccine from New York State or New York State Department of Health in terms of its availability to us in any way, shape, or form. The vaccine that we're going to be getting, at least initially, will be the Pfizer vaccine, as I've talked about before. So let's stay hopeful that the Moderna vaccine, once it's approved later this week and into next week, will supplement. And I think that's what it's there for, to supplement the amount of dosages that are going to be needed overall. That's a 28-day vaccine, meaning you have to get one shot, and then 28 days later you get another shot. That's the Moderna vaccine, whereas the Pfizer vaccine is 21 days between shots. So if and when I get information on that vaccine, the Moderna vaccine, I will absolutely get that out. But as of now, I don't have any. In terms of when we are going to get the vaccine for our skilled nursing residents and a segment of our employees, long-term care facilities in New York State, actually got the vaccine yesterday from Pfizer on the long-term care side. And we are, again, as I've talked about, we're just waiting for our partner to call us. We have gotten a couple of emails from Walgreens, which is our pharmacy partner, as I've stated before, that is actually going to be administering the vaccine. So we've gone back and forth with emails as we've shored up questions that we needed to answer. Isidore DeMarco is really the point person on that, along with Nanette, our HR director. And so they've taken care of filling all the information. We got another email from them on Monday requesting some additional information, which we've taken care of. So it's just, again, as I've stated, a matter of them calling us and saying, okay, we're going to be there X day. And it's going to be sometime the 21st or later. So the vaccines are available to long-term care, skilled nursing, and employees in New York State after the 21st of this month. And we will be scheduling ours as soon as we get a call from Walgreens, but the vaccine won't be available to us again until earliest the 21st. So more to come. I'm going to talk about it every day until we get the vaccine here, and probably well after. With all that, again, I do not have any information now on vaccine for our independent residents. It's still a little bit murky about how they are classifying independent residents within a continuing care retirement community setting, even how they're classifying assisted living residents within this setting. So I don't have any more information on when that additional doses of vaccine are going to be available. We won't know anything more until we have those telephone actual conversations with Walgreens and further conversations with the Department of Health. So, and it's very fluid at this point. Keep that in mind. Just because I'm saying this morning at 5 after 10 does not mean that I'm not going to get additional information within the hour that may shed more light on vaccine availability for independent living, vaccine availability for assisted living in this setting, times, etc. If I get great news between now and when I'm back here on Friday, I will get it out to you in writing or on Touchdown or something. But so just because I'm saying now I don't have any information for independent independent residents doesn't mean I won't later today, the next day, and so on. So, again, questions on that always, rwallace@echa.org. I got a couple of emails already this morning. Apparently there was a news story out, and the news story unfortunately highlighted Canterbury Woods Skilled Nursing, saying that we have the highest infection rate of COVID in Erie County, which I'm not surprised. I'm not shocked at that. In fact, we probably do. But keep in mind, we're actually the smallest nursing home in Erie County by bedside. We are the smallest. So if we get 10 or 20 or 30 cases, the percentage is going to be very, very high, compared to a nursing home that's 150 beds or 200 beds or 500 beds and so on. And I also talked about this within our nursing home, because it's one floor, it is so small, it's been very, very hard to control the spread of this highly infectious virus on our nursing home. And to that end, unannounced, we actually had the New York State Department of Health come in on Friday, and they came in and did our third infection control survey since the COVID process starts. So they come in and they examine all of your infection control procedures. There's a whole litany of stuff that they go over, and several folks come in from the Department of Health, and they were going to come in because of the outbreak that we had here. So this is the third time, and they actually found that we're doing an outstanding job. They gave us no citations, wished us, hate to say wished us luck going further, but they certainly did that, but they were very complimentary of the staff. So it's the nature, unfortunately, the grim reality of this virus, and why we worked so incredibly hard for 9.5 months to keep it out, because we knew that once we got a case, especially in skilled nursing, it would be impossible to stay ahead of it, and unfortunately that has proved to be the truth. So just because you're hearing on the news that Canterbury Woods has the highest COVID rate, you have to put that into perspective, so please do that. That being said, I'll go over the current numbers. So as of right now, we have 19 residents in-house that are being treated for COVID, that have registered COVID positive. So that is taken into consideration that we've had more than a handful of residents actually recover, which is the wonderful part of this, that these folks have actually been moved off of the COVID area, or out of the COVID area, because they have recovered. So, again, that's great news. We have in skilled nursing, we've had 4 residents that have passed. So 19 in-house residents currently are being treated and have tested positive for COVID. We have had 4 residents in skilled nursing that have passed away as a result of the COVID virus. We have had 4 total independent residents on the Williamsville campus, an independent, who have tested positive and have had the COVID virus, or have the COVID virus. We've had 1 independent resident from the Williamsville campus pass away as a result of the COVID virus. And 2 people recover, 1 person that's still positive. And 1 person at Gates who had tested positive, and that person has since recovered as well. So on the independent side, we had an outbreak about 3+ weeks ago, just before Thanksgiving. And then we've been able to, through contact tracing and through all the other stuff that we continually do, been able to control that. So, again, it's a lot easier to control when you have big spaces and independent living, and the amount of contact tracing that we do. So it tells you that on the independent side that those systems work and work well. I can tell you that we've had a handful of personal care aides and people that are taking care of independent living residents test positive and been able to thwart the virus as a result of that. And that's a directly as a result of our policy of making sure that even personal care aides that come in and take care of our independent residents have to be tested once a week. We have had, since mid-November, approximately 40 staff members test positive for COVID. It's a mind-boggling amount if you think about it. About 40 staff members, and that continues to grow. And that's just since mid-November. That's across the board. Healthcare professionals, dining staff, facility staff, housekeeping, etc. About 40 staff members. And yet we've been able to kind of hold it together as best as we can. And so, again, I cannot thank the staff members of Canterbury Woods, both Williamsville and Gate Circle, for the incredible work that they do each and every day. In the health center, we'll continue to highlight them. Many of those folks that are working in the health center every day are doing 4 different jobs. And I'm not being facetious at all. They're literally doing 4 different jobs and still doing a fantastic job. Many of our other staff members are doing multiple things each and every day as we continue to move through this difficult period. We have staff members that are coming back almost every day that are recovered, and unfortunately we continue to have staff members that are going out each and every day. That being said, certainly within the holiday season, please keep the families of those residents that have passed and those residents that are still being treated for COVID and staff that are being treated for COVID. Please keep them and their families and their loved ones in your thoughts. I want to wish a happy Hanukkah to our Jewish folks, our Jewish residents, staff members, etc. I think that's all I have. Again, questions are Wallace at ECHA, and I will be back here on Friday.